RSL Nation! Welcome back to the
Bros.
Bros. Ah, you're so dumb.
Very nice, very nice.
Sorry, guys. I had to tell him to don't do the whoop because I felt embarrassed. I don't know why. Sorry.
It's all good. It's
It
all
was
good.
it was silent, so maybe I'll let you do the whoop next time.
Very nice, very nice.
Hey, welcome back, Marcos.
We
It's
we are back. It's been a week and I've missed everybody. But
we don't even know half of you guys personally, but we missed you guys.
hey, it's what happens when there's an international break and we have only one game a week.
Man, this one game a week thing is kind of throwing me off because we've been doing two a weeks for so long that doing once a week, it's like, hi.
Yeah, it's like I miss watching RSL. I miss MLS. But don't
And
worry. We
yeah,
we will be we will be back in a few days. In
in,
due time.
in fact, like 2 days.
In 2 days. In 2 days. But this, I guess, let me catch you up to what I've been going on this whole week because I'm like, today's Thursday.
Yeah, so let me formally ask you, how are you? What have you been up to?
Let's see. I've been doing a lot of refing. We are halfway. Well, we're almost to the end of the season. There's like 2-ish, 3-ish weeks left. Very, very competitive. A lot of competitive games. A lot of parents yelling. If you're one of those parents, I beg you, please don't yell.
Stop it.
Stop it. Educate yourself. Um,
Stop it. Get help.
exactly, exactly.
Isn't that like a Michael Jordan?
That is Michael Jordan.
There we are.
No, but yeah, lots of competitive games that I've been doing, but I appreciate it. I love it. It's, some might call me crazy for reffing, but I enjoy it. It's fun.
Um, let's be real here. I enjoyed it because of the moolah, the
Show me the money.
show me the money. Yeah, it's not that much money, but
Oh,
definitely a good part-time gig for sure.
it is. It is. It's the two things that I love: football and being outside.
Excellent in your Russian voice.
But how's things going with you?
Just chilling. This week has been pretty chill. Just trying to watch soccer wherever there is soccer because there hasn't been a lot of it. In fact, here I'm gonna first off, I'm gonna say this to everyone. We're gonna do this at the beginning. If you're not following us, or if you're not doing whatever on social media with us,
Hmm.
find us, follow us. Make sure you're caught up with all our content because we do put out some stuff.
Yeah,
Often, more often
on
than X.
on X, on Threads, on Instagram, and then catch us on YouTube and everywhere else, all at the RSL Bros.
And
So
obviously, if you're already listening and watching right now, tell a friend.
tell a friend and
Be-
subscribe and make sure the bell is on for notifications too.
Okay, with that, international.
International break.
I hope I remember what I was gonna say here because oh yeah, this is what I was gonna say. Because I hate when I go on tangents. Like I have to say this, and then
You
anyways.
were you were on something and he's like, it's right there. Take it away.
But it came back. It came back. So, um, international windows have changed for me. Um, I think ever since Argentina won the World Cup, and this is my bias coming out here. This
Okay.
is and this is gonna be like I'm bleeding um celeste y blanco, as they would say. I'm bleeding, what do you say, sky blue and white? Is that the colors of Argentina? Sky blue and white?
That would be the colors I see right there on my jersey. So yes.
Perfect. Um Ever since Argentina has won the World Cup, I have now taken we'll call it a not a hate, but a dislike. It's a dislike towards European international soccer. I
Why why is that?
I don't know. When I watch it, it's like it just doesn't seem. I don't feel the passion or I don't feel the game like I used to. Like whenever you'd see like for instance, Germany and France just played,
They
and
did.
before I would have been like, "Ooh, this is a heavy game. This is a heavy duty game."
But mind you, that game was just a friendly. I don't think it was
But
anything.
it doesn't matter. Beforehand, even friendlies would be like the heavy hitters are coming out. and you'd
Mhm.
see the heavy hitters.
Yeah.
But this international window didn't attract me at all to watch any of the European competitions at
Even
all.
even USA, like, you look at the competition who they played,
Well,
Uzbekistan, Oman, it's like, come on.
yeah, when you're playing against Uzbekistan and Oman, it first off, that doesn't really attract me at all to watch this. In fact, when I think was it against Uzbekistan that they played in St. Louis
Yeah. Yeah, that's correct.
and the stadium wasn't sold out.
Yeah,
Um,
there was a lot of people on X who were wondering and complaining that, like, first off, I think it was a midweek game for one, and
mhm.
then and then it's the competitor. Like, bad combination there.
Well, the thing that I was reading about was that a lot of people are complaining that this I guess this international window was when Argentina and Brazil were supposed to be playing against the US or something
That's
like
right.
that.
That's right. And I think USA was the ones that canceled it, or was it because of it was because Argentina was doing their qualifiers right now?
No, so apparently CONMEBOL canceled, saying, "Hey, no, we're actually going to start our World Cup qualifiers in September," which historically they normally start in October. This year they started them in September.
Yeah.
Don't know why. I don't really care, but good thing they did because I didn't want to see. That sounds really bad. I do want to see Argentina in the US.
Yeah,
I
I was about to say I want to see both of them have like a little mini preview ahead of next year in Copa America. Maybe have USA play not Argentina, but maybe one or two South American teams prior to that.
I don't know. I'm I don't know. I kind of just
I
I'm just waiting for Copa America, to be honest.
No, absolutely. It's our one and only chance to see Messi before he maybe departs.
Because who does the US have that they're playing against next? It, they're pretty decent opponents, I think,
I
for next.
I haven't checked.
Well, you're gonna get checked right now. They play
Oh,
against Germany and they play against Ghana.
two good teams.
So those games would interest me to watch because
Oh, absolutely.
one, who doesn't love Berhalter ball? Everyone loves Berhalter ball, right? That's
You're
what I
you're you're
heard.
you're a funny man. You're a funny man.
So Berhalter ball against Germany and Berhalter ball against Ghana.
Yeah. You got
These
you
are
got
real tests.
yeah, you're gonna have you're gonna have Gio Reyna going against maybe some of his some of his fans, some of his former teammates in Germany, and that'll be a good test.
You got jokes too because Gio getting called up. First, Berhalter has to talk to him.
True, true.
So, anyways, going back to my original thought, I'm over European international soccer for right now, just because I I just don't find anything attractive about it right now, and I feel like this is me because everyone, if you're listening, they're probably gonna be people like, oh, there's passion in Europe, yada yada. I don't feel the passion. There's more passion in South America. There really is.
I see the passion in like the EPL, in like La Liga, but I see where you're coming from. Like when it comes to like their nation, there's not as much compared to South America.
I mean, and it might be because we're coming up on the 9 month anniversary of us winning the World Cup, and every day we live like we're champions. Like this is us. We're champions. I I don't know. In fact,
You have to embrace it. You have to embrace it and love it because it happens once every 4 years.
well, and that's another thing. I don't think I've ever seen another country that just obsesses with winning the World Cup. You didn't see France going around saying, "Oh, we are the World Cup champions." You didn't see them going around talking about that. You didn't see Germany saying a year later, "Hey, we are World Cup champions." Um, and you didn't see Spain doing the same thing. I can't. I'm not
And
even.
and that was Spain's first World Cup too.
And that was Spain's first World Cup. You'd think, man, these guys are going to live it out for a long time.
But no, no. I think maybe with Spain, I think they're more, I guess, professional in a sense, just because all of them played for Barcelona, so they're used to winning so many
Ooh,
trophies with Barca.
ooh. Actually, it was half and half, but it wasn't really half and half. It was seven starters for Barca, five for Madrid.
Yeah,
But
but
anyways,
with
that's my little rant.
with this international window, with all of, like, the European games going on, I think a few days ago it was France, Ireland, and then there's been a few good ones here
Northern
and there.
Northern Ireland.
Northern Ireland. I don't want them to be offended.
No, but I'm friends with them now because they're the ones that brought all the messy faces and the messy pictures with the World Cup trophy.
That's right. That's right. Yeah,
Oh,
but
those
th
guys.
there weren't as many good European Euro qualifications compared to some of the South American qualifiers that occurred.
And I think it ruins it the fact that there are so many countries
Right?
involved, and you're like,
They have all the way down to Group I in Euro qualifications,
I mean, even San Marino can play.
and Kosovo and Estonia, like, all these very small countries, and you're like, "They have soccer there?"
Yeah, they have soccer, and I think that's what's rough is like crap. But it is what it is. I thoroughly enjoyed the commendable side of it, and even taking a look at some of the RSL players that were playing.
Yeah. Yeah, so let's well, we were expecting on Tuesday we had Venezuela, Paraguay. All of us we were hoping for a Sava Ojeda head-to-head
You
match.
you were
I
hoping it.
I was crossing my fingers. I was
Well,
praying, but
here's the
that
thing though. You have to understand the history of Venezuelan soccer is that every time Sava's been called up to a double header,
yeah,
he's played in one, gotten subbed out, and then doesn't play in the second one.
it's kind of the same thing with RSL as well. That's kind of his thing that we've seen recently. He'll play in like a good game, and then he won't travel on the road.
I'm not even gonna touch that subject just because I don't know the details.
No, for sure. But Venezuela did pick up the win. Sava did get some minutes in that one. Who knows? Maybe this is the beginning of Venezuela's
Did he get some
comeback.
minutes?
Yeah, yeah, Sava did. Yeah, he came in the 67th.
Oh, he did. He
Were
did.
you watching the same game?
Um, Tuesday. No, I wasn't watching that game. I ended up watching Chile, Colombia.
Where's your loyalty for Sava?
It was I was doing other things at the time. I was I had a busy Tuesday evening. I had a
Hey,
busy
hey,
one.
hey! It all made sense because Argentina, they won 3-0 against Bolivia in the very high altitude. So kudos to them without Messi. So it shows you they don't need Messi in high altitude destinations. So
I'm just saying, if we had a little segment about for Argentina, we could talk all night about Argentina. But yes, they did win without Messi. But so did Inter Miami.
that is also true. That is also true.
So does
But
that mean are we starting a new phase of playing without Messi?
well, Miami eventually will have to get used to playing without Messi because he'll only be there for maybe two seasons, if that, and
It's
then
true.
it'll be the next chapter.
Yeah.
But good to see some of our RSL guys get some minutes for their countries. Unfortunately, Kevin Lambert didn't get any time for Jamaica in their second game for the Nations League. But Rubio Rubin, he got about 65 minutes in the second game for Guatemala, and I believe they tied 1-1, correct?
Oh, did they? Did they not? Great question. I'm trying to find it. I can't find it. I'm not finding it fast enough.
Oh,
When Google
yeah,
doesn't want to work for you.
no, yeah, it was a 1-1 draw against Panama.
That's what it was. Yep.
Yeah,
So
Rubio got about 65 minutes in that game. So yeah, good to see Rubio, Sava, unfortunately Ojeda and Kevin both didn't get minutes, but hey, they'll hopefully be back in time for our next game on Saturday.
Well, let's just mention also that in Guatemala, in both their games against El Salvador and against Panama, Rubio did not score in either game,
Yeah, yeah.
which is kind of different from Gold Cup, where Gold Cup he had a couple of goals,
He
made
had
a
he had a brace in one game.
yeah, so he had a little bit bigger impact in Gold Cup, but in these two games it was just putting in work, kind of like what he does with RSL, just putting in work.
No, I'm glad to see Rubio, especially out of those four players, to be seeing minutes because normally he's the type of player who hasn't been seeing minutes. And I think it's to show Pablo and the rest of the staff that, hey, maybe when he returns, we can use him in some aspect or another.
Do you think do you think him playing on the national team really changes the coaching's mindset about him?
Maybe to the fact of yes and no. I'll expand on that. I think with him playing with Guatemala, I would say maybe he is a step above Julio. I don't know.
Well, here's the thing. I think, and I'm
Obviously, I don't think he's a starter. No, not at all for us. I would still put him, qualify him as coming off the bench.
but should he be starting? Even though so he's starting with his national team. Should
Well,
he be starting with? I mean, should he? I mean,
starting with
think about it.
starting for Guatemala and starting for us are two different things because
Well,
you got
basically, you're then saying that, for instance, Krylock would be a starter on Guatemala. Is that what you're saying?
unfortunately, yeah, I think he would be.
Um, because that's what I'm battling with in my head because Rubio keeps getting called up. He keeps getting starts with
Yeah,
Guatemala, and yet he rides the bench with RSL. And when he does come in, he comes in off the bench. He comes in for 30 minutes, 20 minutes, 15. Um,
because
and so
he had his good moments a couple of games back when he had those two goals against Austin, and then he did decent in Leagues Cup, but he just hasn't been anywhere to be found since then.
could we say, well, I mean, we can't really say anything about the other forwards because Krylak has scored a couple. Julio
Yeah,
scored a handful. Chicho scored, and who am I missing? Musa scored.
yeah,
So, so Rubio is basically the lowest scoring of the forwards then.
he is.
So then do you sacrifice goal scoring possibilities, which he has potential
Hmm.
for a work rate and a sidekick for Chicho?
That's what we desperately need because right now all we have is Moose to be helping out Chicho, and we need somebody else besides Moose to be helping out Chicho because we might get into it in a second because who knows how long how long we'll have Moose for if we extend, if we get rid of him, if we go a different route at the end of the season. So
Well, I mean, now since you got onto it, let's go into it. So Tom Bogart came out with a tweet, a story that states that Musovski is currently not playing, and it's not due to injury, but it's due to wanting a contract extension. Currently, right now, Moose's story is we got him towards at this time of year last year or August
yeah.
of last year.
Hmm.
Apparently, there was a verbal agreement that at the end of this season there was going to be an extension for Moose. Right now, Moose is making roughly in the 90,000 range a year,
Hmm.
which is pretty low for what he's done.
Yeah.
He has contributed a lot to the team. In fact, if you look at the stats, he is second to Jefferson Savarino in the goals plus assist um,
Hmm.
stat.
Yeah.
So The question is, and I want to place this to you, and then let's just expound. Let's call this a therapy session for this moose situation. Um,
Is the
do
moose actually loose?
is is it worth extending Musovski's contract and paying him probably more with that extension? Is he worth it?
I don't think so. I appreciate what he has contributed, what he has brought to the team thus far this season with his 6 goals this season and a couple of assists as well. But I think I would move him on to another MLS team or a different route and go find a different striker who can be able to help out Chicho up top.
So here's and let me plant some other little stats in there for you.
Okay.
Musovski is 27 years old. What
Yeah.
does this mean? This probably means this is going to be his last big contract before he starts on the decline, heavy decline, and teams are not going to want him around. So what he wants is somewhere where he can be for the next 3 to 4 years, where he can basically retire out or play maybe 1 or 2 extra seasons after this long-term contract.
Yeah.
Um, that being said, do you, because here's my thought process, and I want to try to see if I can explain myself well enough.
Hmm.
90,000 a year is not that much.
It's really not a lot for a soccer player.
So the question is, does RSL not sign the long-term contract or basically not renew him? You have you're saving yourself 90,000. Do you go out and buy yourself a younger striker at the same price? Do you buy yourself a younger striker that's a little bit more expensive that has maybe a little bit more talent, a little more nose for the goal? Do you buy someone from the same age but more expensive? What do you do? Does Danny Musovski fit into this RSL team, and is it worth it enough to re-sign him?
Yeah, I think the best route would be to maybe get somebody a little bit more expensive because I say that, but then I'm kind of afraid because we look at what happened to Gomez because we spent so much money on him and look what
No.
he's done.
What happened to Rubin?
Also true.
That's what everyone's been afraid of with this one because there's a lot of people that are like, let's re-sign him, but then there are other people that are reminding others saying, hey, this is what happened to Rubin. He had a really good season, and then we signed him to a long term, and now we're stuck with a goalless Rubin.
Yeah, yeah. So I would go sign maybe a younger player, maybe 24, 25 for a big contract, but preferably somebody from South America because we've seen the type of talent that we can get from down there, maybe down in Colombia, down in Argentina, somewhere like that, but somewhere young and somebody who can fit in and jive well with this team.
Hmm. This was a really sticky one for me because right now because we can also get into this other half of this conversation, not not only the do we trade him or not, but what do we do with him now? We have 7 games left still. He hasn't played any minutes since the Houston game.
That's true. That's true.
I
Honestly,
mean,
that is a tricky one. I would just stick it out the rest of the season. These last these
but here's the thing. He's refusing to play. He's refusing to practice. What do you do? Because for me, this is we're now talking personal level. I'm not a coach, I'm not anything.
yeah.
Personal level, if I refuse to work at my job and I say I'm not working until you pay me more, they have no problem saying, guess what? We'll find someone else that'll do the job for us.
Peace.
So,
Um,
I mean, what makes soccer different then?
I don't know what RSL is waiting for, whether they are having these discussions with Danny, waiting on this timetable, or they're just going to be waiting out till the end of the season. whatever it is, they need to do this fast because right now all we'll have is Chicho and then maybe Krylock starting up top, and then RSL fans don't want to be seeing that the rest of these 7 games.
Well, I mean, we've already heard multiple complaints from us, other podcasts, other
Yeah.
fans saying we can't have Krylock playing for this long because he affects the game to a certain point, whether he's not running, whether he's out of position because he drops back way too far, and then we're stuck with one forward up top. So the effect that Moose is having on the team for personal reasons is rough right now.
So do you think it would be best for RSL to just totally wait till the end of the season, or just jump the gun and just do something right this second?
In terms of um, whether to release him or sign him, they're gonna have to
Mhm.
wait till the end.
Yeah,
Um,
because I think they're past that window.
yeah, they're past the window, but I wonder if well, I guess that's another thing. They can a verbal agreement be reached to satisfy him enough to have him practice and play? Because right now, having him not practice or having practice separately from the team and having him not play is hurting us right now. It for me, it hurt us in the Portland game. It hurt us in the second Houston game because this has been going on for the past little while. If in fact, we said it on 2 or 3 episodes ago. We're like, oh yeah, he picked up a knock. Mm, well, that was wrong.
Yeah, yeah. I don't know who said it originally, but they were definitely wrong when by saying an injury. But it's definitely messing with the vibe, the culture of the locker room, because by having one of your top goal scorers out just because of this, it just ruffles a lot of feathers with
Now,
everybody else.
if you were in Moose's position, if you
Hmm.
know that you were the top goals and assist producer on the team, and you're only getting 90,000 a year, would you be doing this?
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. I would be putting my foot down and I'd be telling Pablo and I'd be telling Elliot, I guess because he owns the team, that I've been doing this much for the team. If you can't give me what I want, then I want to go elsewhere. And I guess he has every right to be furious, I guess if he is, and wanting a trade.
This is a, this one's a sticky one for me. And for me personally, I guess yes, I can see we can all see both sides of it. We would be
Yeah.
upset if we're being underpaid at our job. We would be.
Oh, absolutely.
Um, but at the same time, as a fan or maybe as a coach, you'd be frustrated. You're like, bro, I need you in this game. But Moose is like, nope, not unless they pay me more, not unless they can guarantee me a contract.
Yeah.
So that's a real sticky situation, a real ugh.
But I also feel like if he's not happy at all with the culture and not getting paid enough and we're not meeting his expectations, then I feel then we need to just part ways with him.
Though I kind of wonder how much he's actually asking for or how much extension because I only say because
Yeah,
Rubin went from a lower amount, not as low as Moose, but went from
yeah.
a lower amount to I think, if I'm not mistaken, 900. I think that's what he went up to, and so I wonder if Moose is trying to like test the waters to see like, hey, I need like triple digits, high triple digits.
Hey, shoot your shot.
I mean, shoot your shot, yes, but this might cost him a job.
Yeah.
So
So
I don't know how much. In fact, according to FOTMob, Moose's market value is 510.
is it really?
Yeah. So
Hmm.
I wonder if Moose has FOTMob and he saw that.
Rubin's market value on FOTMOB is 1.4.
Right?
So I'm like
But
looking at him like, is he really worth 1.4?
also FOTMob has Musovski's jersey number wrong. But that's a totally different subject.
Yeah, yeah. So
um but it makes you question like Moose probably has seen these numbers. He's like, I'm worth more than this. I didn't know that last year. I know that now, and I need you to pay me what I'm worth.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So this is going to be interesting to see how this all plays out for these last 7 games and leading in to the playoffs if it's still going on.
Yes. Speaking of last 7 games, this is the time where all fans who love math, this is their favorite time of the year.
Hey, you know how good I am at math.
Oh man, this is your worst part of the
This is
year. But this is where people are like, oh, if they get this amount of points against these teams, and if these teams lose, and they start doing the conspiracy theory boards.
oh
This is
yeah.
it's that time of year,
This
conspiracy
is
board
why
time of
this is
year.
why everybody loves decision day and just coming down to the final deadlock of the MLS season.
Because let's go over what the West, just the West, because we don't really care about the East right now. The
Not
West
so
is
much.
not so much. The West is looking crazy, my friend.
As always, as it always is.
Um, but here's the thing. St. Louis has a pretty good hold of first place, I think.
Yeah, and they're even with games with everybody else sitting at 48 points. And what's impressive the most about St. Louis is their goal differential, plus 18.
Well, it helps when they beat a lot of teams by 3-0, 4-0. You remember at the beginning of the season, they're just dominating everyone.
Yeah, yeah,
But
yeah. And then you have Seattle in second at 41, LAFC, and us tied at 40 points, but LAFC is ahead of us because of that goal differential at plus 8. And then it just gets a little Wild West at the 5 through 9. We have Houston at 39, Vancouver at 38, Minnesota at 7th at 37, along with San Jose at 37, but that goal differential with Minnesota at +1 and San Jose at -4. And then rounding out is Dallas at 9th at 34.
so between second and eighth, because that's really where the playoffs lie.
Well,
We're
it's
looking
9, top 9.
right, but FC Dallas is still 3 points out. They have 2 games in hand, which, again, here's another math situation. That's 6 possible points right there, which technically, if FC Dallas gets all 6 points, they are at 40 points with 28 games, which means that they are right in the third, fourth place range.
That's true.
That's also fine. Let's go 2 through 9. So Seattle with 41, Dallas with 34. That you're looking at a difference of 7 points right there. If you take off Dallas, you're looking at a difference of 4 points between second and eighth.
So I got to ask you, with 7 games left, with RSL at 40 points, what would be that magic number of points that RSL hits for you to be satisfied that to know, yes, we are making it to the playoffs?
Insert clip from last episode. um, I said 54, and I'm gonna stick with 54. Though there's Trey tweeted out a analytics graph
Mhm.
that said that RSL is projected to get 51, and I think they said they'd be second in the West.
Yeah.
I think
I
54 is the magic number.
I would be satisfied with 50 and above because the past 2 seasons I think we've barely gotten like in the mid 40s range of points. So above 50 would be excellent to see that.
Right. And that would mean above 50, we're talking so above 50, that's 10 points. 10 points in 7 games.
Mhm.
That's you win one and you tie the rest.
Yeah.
Well, almost. That's like I think that's 9 points still,
That's
but
9 points, yeah. So we'd have to win about three or four
two.
games.
Well, 3 or 4
No,
games. Yep, yep. Math is wrong for you, man. Holy cow.
no, because like 3, 6, 9, that's 3 wins.
Okay. And
Yeah,
that's only 3 games. What about the other 4 games?
and then give me the rest of draws.
So you're looking at 13 points there, so that's 53 points.
There we go.
Oh my
No,
gosh, your
zero
math's good.
losses. Zero losses. We're gonna go straight draws.
No, but let me get your honest opinion. And
No,
we we
absolutely.
we, we talked about it in our tweets. And a lot of people saw it that we saw the rest of our schedule. But let's go over the rest of our schedule, and I need you to give me your thoughts on who's going to be winning these last couple of games.
Absolutely. Lay it on me.
Okay, we're gonna skip the San Jose one because that's gonna be for the end. But we're gonna
Well,
go.
leave you guys on your toes.
Yeah, we'll leave you guys on your toes. That's gonna be the deciding game. So Real Salt Lake, Dallas. Who do you have, or how many points are we taking out of this game? Better yet, let's do that. How many points do you think we're going to take out of this game? Even though we're going to talk about it next week in prediction time, but give me kind of your rough idea of how many points you're going to take away from this game.
Yeah, RSL Dallas. We know Dallas is a very good team with Jesus Ferreira, and there are many other players that they have on their attack. But I just see us coming away with that 1 point in that game.
1 point. Okay,
Yeah,
so we'll go one. Um, RSL Vancouver.
3 points.
Oh, okay. LAFC.
0.
Okay. Sporting.
That's a home game, correct? Yeah,
Yeah.
that's. I think that's gonna be a 3-pointer.
Oh, 3-pointer. Yeah, 3. All right.
Moneyball.
Galaxy
Give me a 3-pointer.
and the Crapids.
Give me a 3-pointer.
13.
Yeah,
You
I think
see?
it is. It's all very doable. We
And
have a
that's
very easy schedule to close out the season.
well, and that's what I was gonna say. So that's all of the games except for the San Jose game. So you're saying 13 points minus the San Jose game.
The only one that I maybe might change is the Galaxy one. I could possibly see that one as a draw. Because playing in Carson might be a little difficult than playing at home.
I actually think there are 4 of these 7 games are going to be tough for us because they're all middle table games. So it's going to be San Jose, Dallas, Vancouver, and Sporting.
Yeah.
Those 4 games for me are the most difficult games because they're mid-table. You don't know how they're going to react to this game because Dallas can be coming off of a horrible run, and all of a sudden they flip a switch and they're all Alan Velasco, Jesus Ferreira, they're all on board and they're all attacking. Vancouver, you never know what kind of Vancouver is going to show up. Sporting, you don't know when Johnny Russell is taking his creatine and he's on fire or something. Um,
True.
I don't know why. For me, Johnny Russell is one of those gym bros that's like, bro, do you even lift?
You like my beard?
I should probably say it more like in a where is he from? England? Is he from England? Scotland? Ireland? He's probably gonna, if he ever listens to this, he's probably gonna get offended. Um. Anyway, so you're at least looking at plus 10 points.
Yeah. Yeah, about 12, 13-ish.
This is gonna be. It looks easy on paper. It really does.
Yeah, but
But is it really?
all we need is to be in the top 4, because top 4, then we get to host that playoff game first, because we've kind of talked about it a little bit with the new playoff format. We'll talk about it more as the playoffs get closer to the end of the season. But of course, the playoffs are best of 3, so the highest seed hosts the first game, lowest seed hosts the second, and then if they're still tied, then they go to that third leg.
Oh, how MLS loves to change things around.
They change the playoff format frequently. They change who they play in the All-Star game frequently. It's like, keep it consistent.
So just so talking about these last 7 games, we did send out a tweet asking you guys what your guys' thoughts were about these last 7, right?
Yeah.
Um, here we go. Here are some of the comments.
Oh,
Um,
let's hear some of these.
Cameron Ellis at CamDog76 says all wins
I
except
like it, Cameron.
except for LAFC.
I like the optimism, Cameron. Way to go.
All right. Miguel Arana, or at Arana Miguel 48, says wins against San Jose, Dallas, Vancouver, Colorado, Galaxy, Sporting. Lose to LAFC. Let's go, Real.
Wow. Way to go,
So
Miguel.
same thing. Same thing. All wins except for LAFC.
Yeah. I'm liking this optimism. Everybody's feeling up in the air.
So the Mandalorian, I should probably
The
say it.
the real Mandalorian?
No, it's the Mandalorian. Law.
Oh,
Oh, it's lawyerin.
the
Mandalorian.
Mandalorian.
No, something like that. Um, he commented saying 21.
20 what? So we're gonna win out. That's what he's saying?
Yeah. Yeah, he says we're gonna win out.
That's 61 points right there.
What did you just say? 6? Oh yeah. I don't know. I didn't understand why you said 61 for a second there.
I was like, where you learn how to do math?
Stop it. Um, Tyler Hampton, or at Tyler Ha 38913170170. Tyler, I would
I like
suggest changing your handle. um, he says win against San Jose, Dallas, Vancouver, Colorado,
okay.
lose to LAFC, draws against Sporting and the Galaxy.
See, that one seems more realistic.
Because that's what I've been saying. That it's we're gonna draw 2, win 4, lose 1.
Yeah.
Um, Richard Molman, at Richard Molman, by the way, guys, childhood best friend.
Shout out Richard.
Shout out Richard. Um, all 21.
Man, Richard. Wow.
Rich, come on. You should know better.
61. Wow.
That's a lot of points. I think that would put us at first place.
I think 61 would be the all-time. I don't even know. I'll have to go back in the archive. I don't know what the record is for most RSL points.
Oh yeah, we should probably know that by now. But as the season starts ending, we'll definitely get to that because all you mathematicians and statisticians and analytics people are gonna throw that stuff at us, and we're gonna just grab it and use it.
I like it. I like it. No, so I'm sticking at 52, 53. Seems like a solid number that I think we will close off this season with.
Yes, I think it's doable. And I'm just looking at St. Louis real quick. I'm looking at their final schedule because St. Louis, obviously, 48 points, number 1, but they play at Houston.
Yeah,
They have LAFC. They
hmm
have Minnesota, Sporting, Vancouver, Seattle. They
they
have
have a
every. They have the
they have a
upper
difficult.
half.
So I'll ask you this one. I'm gonna like switch it. Do you think Cincinnati then in the East at 57 points? Do you think they have the supporter shield just in the bag? 57 points, a 10-point difference from about everybody else.
Um, let's see. I need to see the rest of their schedule too because they're at 27 points, which means that they have 3 games remaining, right?
27 games.
That's what I said. What did I say?
27 points.
Oh, shoot. Yeah, that was not good. So let's try this. That wasn't working for me.
Well, Cincinnati plays Philly,
Uh-huh.
Montreal, Charlotte, Toronto, Red
They got
Bulls,
look, if
Red Bulls, and then they play Messi, and
here's
then
the
they
thing
play Atlanta.
with this is gonna be off the top of my head math, so it's probably gonna be wrong. But if St. Louis has 6 games left, Cincinnati has 7 games left.
hmm
If Cincinnati wins at least
They,
3 of those games,
I think they just need to win like 2 games.
No, I think they need it. Well, sorry, what's the difference again? They have 48 and what?
57.
Bro, a difference of 9 points.
Nine
That
points.
means Cincinnati would need to lose three. St. Louis would need to win three in order just to tie. At that point, there will be 4 games left and 3 games left. So
So
I
that's what
think
I'm saying. I
if
think
Seattle win,
Cincinnati,
well, Seattle. Here we go again with just
St.
random.
Louis.
No, not St. Louis. I want to talk about Cincinnati. There we are. Cincinnati, if they win 3 games, get 9 points, game over.
They
Especially,
have
I mean,
they have it booked. I think they
because
already have it in the
because
bag.
because they have Montreal, Charlotte, Toronto, Red Bulls.
Red Bulls, their only hard game is against Messi.
Well, Messi, Atlanta, and Philadelphia.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think if they win 3 of those, in fact, I think you're right. I think with just 2 of those wins, if they get even a point against Philadelphia, 3 against Montreal, and 3 against Charlotte, game
It's
over.
over. They are the only MLS team so far that have qualified for the playoffs.
Well, yeah, I mean, you saw how far ahead they are, right?
If you're 10 points ahead, then yes, you qualify for the playoffs.
Close, 9 points ahead.
But speaking of which, we have a game on Saturday. Did you know
Let's talk about this game.
that? We are back to MLS action on Saturday, 8:30 in the great place of California in the Bay.
Yes, they're playing at PayPal Park.
PayPal Park, next to the airport, actually. So you could literally right next to the airport.
That I didn't know.
Yeah, so if you open up Google Maps, you literally see the stadium and then literally the airport right next to it. So I'm like, very convenient.
Well, next time I'm on Google Maps, I'll look.
Yeah. So going into this one, San Jose has not been doing great as of recently. They haven't their last win, August 20th, on the road to Vancouver, but their last home win, if you look at it, is back July 12th against Seattle Sounders.
Yes, and that was obviously pre-Leagues Cup.
Hmm.
Um, that's a long time ago. And if we're gonna play this game, their previous win to that was June 10th, 1 month prior.
Yeah, yeah.
So
So
they are not winning games per se.
no, no, and their last game on the road against DC United in a nil-nil draw, their center back Beeson, Tanner Beeson, got a red card, so that he will be out in Saturday's matchup.
So I guess for those that don't know, apparently Beeson is a regular on their defense. But let's talk about some other key players that might cause us issues. Um, let me just ask you, who are you concerned about with San Jose? Who are your players to watch?
Oh, I think it's the most obvious one. Christian Espinoza. The dude's killing it this season. He's at 12 goals, 5 assists. Like at the beginning of the season, he was in talks for the MVP, but then we had players like Almada and then everybody else who decided to wake up. But he has been killing it thus far this season, along with Abobase, who is at 8 goals, 1 assist. But an interesting stat that I mentioned to you, I think it was 2 games ago or something like that, is when Cade Cowell just scored his first goal of the season for San Jose.
So that's an interesting one. I want to talk about that one in a sec, but we do have three capable strikers for
Yeah.
San Jose. You have Christian Espinosa, Bobuse, and Cade Cowell.
Hmm.
Do you see them starting the 3 of them for this game?
I don't see why not. If you're that desperate for points, if you look at San Jose, they're sitting eighth. Um, Even a win on Saturday, that would bump them up into top four, top five. So every point matters from here on out. So I don't see why they wouldn't want to start their three top strikers.
And they started the 3 of them together in that game against Minnesota before the international window. So
Mhm.
it is possible that we're going to see the three of them. Now, how does that affect our defense? Who do you put on defense to go up against Espinoza, Ebobisse, and Cal?
Yeah, I would do a probably I would go a Brody on that left, and then I'd go Glad Vera in our center backs, along with Nelly on that right back.
I worry about Brody going up against Espinoza.
Yeah, trying to keep up with the speed of Espinoza, along with we've seen how fast Jeremy Obobase is. He is a fast striker. So if not, because Brody is, I don't see Oviedo better than Brody though. That's the thing.
I only see him better because of experience,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
and he has experience in dealing with these kinds of forwards. Um, though that's seriously one of my concerns, and I think that'll be one of my points to watch. If we're going to talk about points, is watch the through balls for San Jose, because our center backs tend to be flat-footed as well. Even though we have tall, giant center backs, we get caught ball watching a lot, like too much. In fact, sorry to bring up this trauma, everyone, but Portland, apparently we like to watch the ball fly in the air and
it's true.
just so
It's a sad reality.
it's a sad reality that up until now, I don't know what they're working on in practice, but up until now, what we've experienced with our backline is that we are late to react or we don't react.
Yeah.
So that's my fear.
And then when it comes to our midfield, do you see the likes of Ojeda and Sava getting that start from coming back from international duty?
Great segue there. I do think that everyone is rested to be
Yeah.
able to play Saturday. I mean, but
Because it helps out that Ojeda didn't get playing time on Tuesday.
right, so Ojeda didn't get playing time. You could quote unquote call jet lag, but I mean, really, Paraguay is only 3 hours ahead, so it's not like
Yeah,
a real jet lag.
it's
It
practically
is
the same as the East Coast here.
it is though an 8 to 9 hour flight, which I mean, from someone that's done the flight out to Argentina multiple times, that's a 10.5 hour flight.
You're like a Hall of Famer of flying down there.
I am. I feel like it. But it's
First class.
I wish. Yeah, right. I'm like economy row 53. Um so yeah, so row 53 is my spot um on all Argentina flights. But anyways, there should be no jet lag for Ojeda.
No,
Definitely no
no.
jet lag for Lambert. The same thing for Savarino as for Ojeda. Not much jet lag, though Savarino did get playing time.
And then when it comes to, do you see the likes of Luna getting a start as well?
Um, open up a can of worms. Here we go. Um, Luna,
Because he's he's
Gomez.
he's been getting minutes and then he's been coming off the bench. It's been this back and forth affair with him as of lately.
Do we see Chang? I don't know. Here's the thing. I don't know because you don't hear anything. Not even the insiders on social media know
It,
anything because
it
they haven't said anything.
it's also another thing. Are we going to see Ojeda Loflison? Are we going to see Ojeda Palacio?
Or are we just going to see Palacio Loffelson?
Yeah. And
I mean,
then when it comes
I don't know.
and I think when it comes to our strikers, I think the only one that's going to make sense that with everything going on is going to be a Chicho Krylak because Moose probably isn't going to travel. Moose isn't practicing with the squad.
Have we tried a Chicho Anderson?
I want to say yes. I, I think we did back with Sporting Kansas City.
Sporting
Ma-
Kansas City. Sporting Kansas City. Nope, that was a Krylock Moose.
Yeah, then I don't think we have, but that would be a very good duo up top.
I don't know if they're going to be a good duo. I really don't. All I know is that Chicho likes to have through balls given to him. He likes just getting the ball. Julio makes the runs. He'll run his tail off going forward. He won't
True.
run back. But I don't know if that might work. But could we see it? Maybe.
Yeah,
but we will run into the issue of Julio runs for 20 minutes and then he rests for 15.
it's true.
So,
It's true.
um, I don't know.
It's this will be a interesting one because I'm just happy we'll be back. We'll be healthy. Hopefully, we'll have our guys back from international duty, which will help out a significant amount. So it'll be good to see.
What do you think is the key for RSL um to be able to score or have any kind of success against San Jose?
I think it's what's been happening as of recently, going back to Leagues Cup. If we start out fast, if we don't concede early, then that will be the key to the game because we've seen as back in Leagues Cup and then even in the LAFC. Well, LAFC was different because that was second half, but even in Houston, when we concede early in like those first 15, 20 minutes, then it's just all downhill from there. Then we're just chasing the rest of the game.
It's true. It's true. I'm gonna go back to my key is if we can stop um their trident attack, if we can stop one of them, and especially stopping Espinosa um
Yeah.
making runs, receiving the ball within the top of the area or something like that. If we can stop that, I think we will find more success in either scoring or at least getting a draw out of this, whether it's 0-0, 1-1, whatever. But we need to stop Espinosa because he is dangerous. Babase can feed off of him.
I'm not sure if you would classify Cal as the three because he's only scored one goal this season.
He's in there. In fact, here we go. Caveat: why does Cal get called up? He barely scored his first goal this season, and yet he's gotten multiple senior call ups. And yet Luna has scored what, 2 goals, has like maybe 3 assists. I have to check the stats on that one. But
I think I was just gonna say I think they're just basing it off of past seasons because I think last season Cal had better than what he's doing now. So maybe that's what the U.S. men's national team is basing that off of past results and his up and coming what he's brought so far for San Jose.
3 goals, 1 assist for Luna. Bruh,
Yeah,
bruh. I'm just
he can't
saying.
get he can't get called up for Gold Cup. Can't even get called up for these friendlies. Like no love, no love for. He's not Moon Boy anymore. He's Moon Man because he just had his birthday.
Moon Man, he's not a teenager anymore.
Oh no, I guess while we're on that, congratulations to them. They just had their baby.
Yes, congrats. As a father of 3, good luck.
Good luck. You're losing sleep.
Maybe that's why he's not playing. He's losing sleep. I feel for the guy. Let me
Well,
tell you.
what about all the players who have kids then?
Yeah, I don't know. It's always
The,
the first one is rough. After that, they're all the same.
so you're saying don't have kids?
No, if you're gonna have them, have multiple. So that way the other ones are just a breeze. The first one is the hard one because you don't know what you're doing.
I
Even
gotta
with
get married. I gotta get married first, okay?
Yeah, you do that whenever you want. But
But anywho, with that being said, with our breakdown of this game, let's get down to it. You know what time it is?
your bedtime.
No. Besides that, it's prediction time.
This is a slower one.
Is this like a backward?
Stop it. Go. I'll let you go first.
You're so kind. But I, I'm gonna go. We're gonna have everybody back from international duty, but like you mentioned, we'll have the likes of uh, Christian Espinoza and Jeremy Bobase to keep an eye on from San Jose on their attack. So I am gonna go with a 1-1 draw for Saturday.
Fair, fair. We're still on track for your 52, 53 points.
Yeah,
But so that's my key to the match is keeping hold of Espinosa and Bobase. But I think that with everyone returning from international duty, there's a renewed energy. We're going to leave aside the Moose situation because it's not going to affect the team. Arsenal is going to come out on top on this one. 2-1.
I like it. I like it. A win on the road always feels better.
This will get us back to this will drive us hard into the last.
That'll move us up to second.
It would move us up to second if the people up top don't move.
Yeah. So I like it. So stay tuned. 8:30 Saturday, MLS season pass. I will be at Kaye watching the game. You'll be at home. I know that.
I'm pretty sure I'll be at home. I don't have
You'll
any
be at,
plans, but I'm gonna be at home.
no, but if you want to see me, I'll be at Kaye 8:30 with everybody else. So come say hi, come hang out, come play some soccer, and it'll be a good time.
Should be. Should be.
Should be. Atmosphere is always rocking at Kaye. But until then, until next week, take care, guys. Be safe.
Ciao.